Let's get into our next topic. Should everyone have a national flag in their home like Keir Starmer does? 020 7862 2222 is the number. Prime Minister was asked yesterday by Five Live's Matt Chorley to weigh in on the movement to raise the St George's flag across England, and this is what he said.
Some people say it's patriotic, some people say it's racist. Which is it?
I'm a supporter of flags. I always sit in front of a Union Jack. I've been doing it for years and it attracted a lot of comment when I started doing it. And in our flat, which is upstairs from here, as you know, we've got the St George's flag in our flat.
So you're encouraging people to put up more flags?
I'm very encouraging of flags. I think they're patriotic. And I think sometimes when they're used purely for divisive purposes, it actually devalues the flag.
So there we go. Do you think everyone should copy Starmer's lead and have a national flag hanging in their home? So this was St George's Day when he had the England flag on the mantelpiece. But maybe that's what his flat looks like. I'm just smelling a little bit of maybe not a rat, but a small rodent here, and wondering whether he does have an England flag in his flat.
I just feel with Starmer the whole time he's trying to play catch up with whatever the mood of the country is. I mean, we know at the moment it's been very triggering, the flag, because I mean for years it's been adopted by the far right, the Union Jack, way back to the British National Party, the National Front before that. It's our flag. It's our flag. It's part of our national heritage. The St George's flag for England, the Union Jack for the whole of the country. We're very happy to wave it at times of national identity, football tournaments, Eurovision, whatever it is. And I think it's not. We shouldn't not have our flag because we feel worried that it's been hijacked by some far right narrative.
No, but he's on the other. He's on your side now. He's saying, "Oh, I fly it at home."
Yeah, so I'm saying we should, but I feel So I agree with the sentiment. I don't trust the messenger.
You don't think he is flying it at home?
But what's interesting is, just anecdotally, there's a main arterial road that goes into Manchester, which I've driven down for years. And suddenly, last week, on the lampposts, Union Jacks were decked on.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
I've seen this.
And I was thinking, oh, has there been a festival? Has there been a carnival? Have I missed something? Now, I don't like it to be used as a tool of protest. If I want it in my house, it's not because I'm joining the that particular narrative.
I was out in Essex last week and I saw flags on lampposts. There've been some weird ones. People painting mini roundabouts. People painting the cross of St George on sheep. Gavin, first of all, on Keir Starmer, do you think he does fly the England flag at home?
Well, I can understand where Andrew's coming from with that, but I mean, why do you need to fly it just to show that you are with the national sentiment and have pride? My take on it is, I do see them going up in areas where they weren't up previously. I was recently in Yorkshire, saw loads of them flying from people's balconies. Were they there before? Probably not. But if you go to an old pub where they've always had it, you get the context. It's part of the fabric. You understand why it's there. But the movement now to showcase it, to almost throw it down people's throats, to say, I'm British, I'm proud, and I'm white, effectively, for someone who is an outsider or someone who's not white, seeing that, it can be quite off-putting.
That's interesting.
So yeah. I totally see where the sentiment comes from, flying it for pride. And, like you say, with national events, with the England football matches, Eurovision, etc. I go back to a time when, I had this in school back in the day when there were shouts of there's no black in the Union Jack. And that is still triggering. That is still triggering. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's an odd one for when you think what a flag's for. Traditionally, you'd have them on ships. So you can see from miles away that ship is coming from Spain. The one thing a flag is not for is to tell you what country you're in when you wake up in the morning. So you put a flag in your own flat. You're not actually putting it on display at all. Flags are for display. So I think it's an odd thing.
Why? Why though? If you want.
Well, I think look, I'll be frank about it. When Gordon Brown was in power, they said, "What music do you like to listen to?" And he said, "When I get up in the morning, I like to listen to the Arctic Monkeys." Now, nobody anywhere believed that. And I wonder whether we got the Arctic Monkeys going on here again.
So the thing is, I think culturally in this country, somehow we have shied away from using our flag. You go somewhere like Greece, for example. I absolutely love Greece. And it's a beautiful flag. It's a gorgeous colour.
Love Greece.
Love Greece, love the colours. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I actually brought a Greek flag back. It's on my windowsill in my kitchen, just because I'm just a big Hellenophile, I think is the posh term.
I am too.
But I just think culturally we've always felt a bit shy about using our flag unless it's for the purposes of national celebration. I'm not a reactionary. I wouldn't put a flag up because I have to prove that I'm
But you
British.
also, I'm wary. I just feel like you're almost making a statement. I mean, I'll wear a Joy Division T-shirt. I'm just not sure of a St George's flag. That might be my failing. If an England game was on, I would.
I was going to say, you'd wear the three lions.
Let's talk to David, who's in Glamorgan now. There's an interesting one. Are you Welsh, David? It's a long old way away. David.
Welsh dragon everywhere when you go to Wales.
Oh, David. David in
St. David.
Glamorgan.
St. David.
Yeah.
He was waiting for
Welsh
too
name.
long. He was waiting too long, got bored. Patrick in London.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, so do you
Um,
mind this thing? Let's assume that Keir Starmer's being truthful. He flies the England flag in his flat. Is that okay?
No, look, Keir Starmer does whatever Keir Starmer wants to do. That's his own life.
Well, he's
very
Prime
simple.
Minister, so by definition, he's doing what we want him to do, actually.
I'm an Irish person, right? And flags can be very, very intimidating. If you go to the north of Ireland, they mean a certain thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't come into this area. Don't walk past this pub. Don't walk that sort of thing. Flying the flags. Now, when I say I was an Irish person, when the women's football was on, we put a little flag out in our balcony.
Oh, you've got a flag
Because-
yourself, have you? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, because we put the English flag out. We put the English flag out.
Brilliant.
Because we were celebrating something that the women were doing, right? But
Yeah, I mean,
the
I
point
think
is,
football's a different thing maybe here, yeah.
yeah. Now it's when they drape it over them, and they walk around with their shorts and their white socks, and they drape it over them. That's when it becomes a problem. That's intimidating. That's not what a flag is for.
OK, Patrick, thank you so much. I think David has surfaced now in Glamorgan. I want to hear a Welsh voice here. Are you Welsh, David?
I am very Welsh, I'm afraid.
Well, I don't know why you'd apologise. Today's show,
Well, I mean, when you've got this Prime Minister putting England precedence first, then at times becomes an apology to be Welsh because you're obviously not included in the package.
Well, look, frankly, I did think about that angle. And there's a newspaper in Scotland called The National, which does Scottish nationalist news. And they've gone absolutely postal about it because why is the Prime Minister in Westminster flying a flag for England?
But
Yeah,
it's
well, I
not-
mean, what he should do is set up an assembly for England to govern England with the same powers as the Scottish and Welsh and Northern Irish Assembly.
And would that bring full independence to Wales?
No, it wouldn't. I don't want full independence personally.
Right.
It's
like we're running out of people who could become, as is very evident, we've run out of people who could become decent politicians.
I mean, the thing
Yeah.
is, if you look at the Welsh Assembly, say, I imagine they will have the Welsh dragon and the Union Jack outside the building. Wales, I'm a huge fan of. I know it's a huge, big country, but I love Wales, particularly North
Me
Wales.
too.
And I was in a particular place, and I had they had a huge Welsh dragon, huge flag, and I had my picture taken with it because then you want to send to the kids having
One
a
of the
great
great
time
flags,
in Wales.
the rule of flags is you must never have a flag that can't be drawn by a child. So the flag of Japan is brilliant. The Welsh flag
It's a
breaks my
challenge.
rule, but I think it's
magnificent.
It is
Cool flag.
magnificent, yeah. I mean, it can't be drawn by an adult. Thank you, David.
Or a dragon.
Warren in Greater Manchester, hi.
Hiya.
Would you fly an England flag at home like Keir Starmer?
I already do, my sir.
Great. My issue with this is that you're not signalling to anyone. It's just a kind of decorative thing, is it?
No, that's exactly what it is. And as I said to your people just now,
Researcher, yeah.
I'm proud of my country. I grew up in Canada, and as you know, in Canada and America, people put their flags outside their houses to prove how much we love our country. I am very proud of England, and I'm proud to be British, and I fly my flag at my bedroom window every day.
Brilliant. I'm not arguing. Thank you, Warren. Nice to hear from you. Grace in London, do you fly your flag from your bedroom window?
No, I don't, I'm afraid. It feels to me as though we kind of want to mark territory or pretend that we're part of some superior group or tribe separate from other people, and I just don't think that's a particularly healthy attitude. If you take the flag, the English flag, all the way back, it's a cross because Jesus died on a cross. Because
you've called before and you brought it back to this. Yes, not complaining. You're welcome to preach, Grace.
But Grace, does that mean that when you travel abroad, say, I don't know, you go to France and there's the French flag all over the place, do you feel, they're marking their territory, or that's quite intimidating? They're saying we're a French country, you know, live with it, or do you just accept that that's just the insignia and the symbol of France?
It would probably depend on what was going on in France at the time, but I think that we know right now in England, part of the reason that some people are putting up, by no means everyone, but part of the reason some people are putting it up is that they are saying, we like the fact that we're English and we don't like these people from another place. And I don't think that's a good attitude.
I don't know. It could be the first half, but not the second half, because you can just like being... I quite like being English.
I love
Is it okay?
English.
Is it all right to say that?
Of course it is, but...
Gavin, you go on.
No, I completely
The
agree with you
Beatles.
on all that, but it's like Grace was saying there, it's being hijacked by a movement to showcase hostility towards other people who are not from England, who aren't English, and that can be intimidating. I think that's what Patrick was saying as well.
It. So therefore, you're giving into the toxic narrative by saying because.
But why is somebody? I'll tell you what I saw the other day. Someone paints a zebra crossing with the England flag. So all the white rectangles have got the.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's all right. They then wait for a woman in a hijab to cross. They take a photo of her, Muslim woman, and they post it with the caption "Suck it up, Buttercup."
Yeah.
You think
No,
that's not nice?
Well, first of all, that's a criminal activity because they've defiled property that doesn't belong to them. I don't agree with any of that painting roundabouts, any of that stuff.
Don't you?
No, absolutely
Sheep?
do not. Sheep, I think it's a problem because the sheep can't tell you how they feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Grace, thank you for your call. Grace, next time you call, let's try and keep it on the topic.